Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly K. This is Grizzly True Crime. I'd love to say happy Friday, but it feels like a very sad Friday. Of course, true crime is always sad. Some days are extra hard. Today is Gannon Stouck's birthday, so he would have been 15 years old today. Oh man. So thank you to everyone who's been sharing on X, formerly known as Twitter. This beautiful art that Van the chimp made for us during the Letitia Stouck trial. It's so beautiful, and we've been sharing that with hashtag Gannon Strong. So thinking of Gannon's family and friends today, what a horrible loss that was. And then, of course, Pava LaPere, we've been discussing her case quite a lot this week, and well, now we know she died 1 week ago today in a horrible, horrible way. Oh my word. So thank you so much for being here. At least we can be here together. That's always the positive, right? Nurse JB, welcome to Grizzly Supporter. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then I think I actually missed someone. Bought a sticker for someone. Jellybean, is it your birthday, I believe? Happy birthday to Jellybean. Welcome, Teresa. If you are joining as a member today, we will be having a members-only stream right after the stream. There we go. Black Widow. Thank you so much. You said happy birthday to Jellybean 10. Thank you for your sticker, and thanks for wishing Jellybean. So now we all know it's her birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. So let's tackle all the updates together. So first, we've got some documents to go over, which would be the charging documents in this case for Jason Billingsley. For Chad Pickett, thank you for your message. We're going to be discussing that afterwards. I know that someone's been arrested for Tupac Shakur's murder. We're going to be discussing that in the members-only stream if you do want to join that. So what we're going to look at today is the charging documents, which, you know, at the press conferences, they didn't want to give too many details. Well, now the charging documents, of course, have all the details, which trigger warning. Okay, you know this content's for adults only, and it's upsetting. So I'm going to read you this, then I'll show you the document, okay? All right. So Baltimore tech entrepreneur Pava LaPere was found dead on the roof of her building, strangled and brutally beaten with a brick. Court documents show. I mean, all these words, it's just like, since I saw the documents this morning, I'm like, oh my goodness. Gail Hurd, thank you so much. If you haven't ever followed this case, I hope you'll check out the playlist and the previous streams that we've done this week. So, LaPere, 26, I mean, she was only 26 years old, had blunt force trauma wounds to her head, face, and body, according to a statement of charges filed in District Court of Maryland for Baltimore City. And you know, this case, oh man, this guy just really should not have been let out, right? Robin DL says, have I actually just made it to a life? You actually have, Robin. Welcome. Welcome. So LaPere was half clothed when authorities found her. The documents do not offer other details about the nature of the crime. Authorities found a brick, blood, 3 teeth, buttons, pants, a broken hair clip, and a pair of red shoes near her body, the document shows. Her death was ruled a homicide by strangulation and blunt force trauma. The suspect in her killing, Jason Billingsley, 32, was arrested around 11 p.m. on Wednesday without incident after a major manhunt, of course, because he was surrounded by an entire SWAT team, as they said. He's charged with multiple counts in LaPere's death, including first-degree murder and assault, according to court records. He's also charged with using a brick as a dangerous weapon. We are also going to look at the account of the other victims that he attacked on September 19th. Pava was murdered on September 22nd, on a Friday, just after 11 p.m. Last week Friday. And so on the 19th, we'll hear what happened there. And trust me, if you think this is bad, it is bad, because this is a brutal, brutal murder. For the survivors of that crime on the 19th, oh my goodness, it's so terrible what they've gone through. Ruthless said, love being a part of the G Crew, best channel community on YouTube. Happy heavenly birthday, Gannon. You were taken too soon. Thank you so much, Ruthless, and I appreciate you being here, and thank you for sharing the blue hearts. I've actually got my Gannon style necklace on today. Okay, so let's continue on. We're trying to chunk it a little bit, just go through it step by step here. Thank you so much to Mikhail. I hope I said it right. LaPere appeared to let Billingsley into the building on Friday night. Security video shows. They haven't released that security video. A man whom authorities believe to be the suspect waved at her through the glass door to come over to him, documents show, after which she opened the door, spoke to him, and let him inside. The two then got into the elevator. LaPere lived and worked in the building. Acting Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley said Thursday that he believes that LaPere was killed Friday night. A worker found her body in the building Monday after she was reported missing. Worley said that investigators are still processing evidence to determine exactly what occurred, and that they do not know whether there are any connections between the victim and the suspect. Billingsley was also suspected of essaying a woman days before LaPere's death and was already under police surveillance, authorities said Thursday. Police, however, declined to tell the public about the incident because they believed it was targeted, stirring up criticism that LaPere's death may have been avoided. In that incident, so here's some of the details. Billingsley is accused of, oh man, all these words, cutting a woman's throat and essaying her several times during the night before tying her up with duct tape and lighting her on fire, court documents show. Billingsley is also alleged to have handcuffed the woman's boyfriend and set him ablaze. The woman told authorities that she heard a loud banging at the door on September 19th by a man who said he worked for the building's maintenance department. Billingsley was a maintenance worker in the building. The man, who was wearing a mask, then kicked in the front door and pointed a gun at her, documents show. Authorities found a backpack in the building's back alley that contained many items, including a serrated knife, rolls of duct tape, handcuffs, bleach, a gas can, a lighter, and clothing. Sounds like that guy went to Walmart, huh? Oh my goodness, it's too much. Sleuthing Sandal said, lovely to catch a live show. Thank you so much for your support for 20 months. Wow, so that backpack had a lot of things in it. A video from an earlier day showed him wearing the clothes that were found in the backpack, according to court documents. Worley said investigators know why Billingsley allegedly committed the crimes, but said he did not want to talk bad about the victim. Remember that quote? I don't know why he said that, but okay, moving on. Billingsley was also sentenced in 2015 to 30 years in prison, with 16 years suspended after he pleaded guilty to first-degree essay, online court records show. He was released from prison in October of 2022 after earning diminution credits for good behavior, something allowed by state law, Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan J. Bates said. LaPere was the CEO and founder of the software startup EcoMap Technologies. In a statement, her family said they were relieved to know that he can no longer hurt other innocent victims, because this kind of guy would have. He would have hurt so many more people, and I'm really worried about what he did from October 2022 to now, because he committed such a terrible crime on September 19th and then again on September 22nd. So what has he done since he was released in October of 2022? I hope they're looking into all of that, because there could be so many more victims. This guy could be a serial killer. My goodness. In a statement, her family said, yes, they were relieved to know he can no longer hurt other innocent victims. While this doesn't change that Baltimore lost one of its most passionate, influential fans, our efforts remain focused on remembering and celebrating Pava Marie, her life, successes, and legacy, the statement said. Okay, so we've got that. Now I want to quickly show you this document, which is the charging document, all the charges, just so you can see it. I wanted to read you that so you can just hear it more in sort of like a story time format before we dive into the documents here. Okay. Moondawn says, law enforcement was tracking him too. Yes. Yes, they were. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So these are now the charging documents for Jason Dean Billingsley, 32-year-old monster. Absolutely terrible. Heels in there says, hey, Grizzly, I'm so glad you are covering this awful story. Welcome to you. Whew, the story, it's a lot, man. It's okay. So look at all these charges. Never mind all the charges he had before. We went over that in our previous live streams. I mean, they better never let him out again. No good behavior. Life without parole, please. Okay, so District Court of Maryland for Baltimore City, State of Maryland versus Billingsley, Jason Dean Billingsley. And he, 6'5", 310 pounds. Big guy. Big guy who picked on a lot of people. Upon the facts contained in the application of Sanders Antonio Detective, it is informally charged that Billingsley, Jason Dean, at the dates, times, and locations specified below. Kerry, let me just read your message. You said the presser said that the perp had been showing up to parole stuff until Monday. Yeah, I just wonder what he would have been doing in between. I still wonder. Yeah, he was supposed to register as an SO on the Monday and he didn't show up for that. Yes, so murder first degree. So here they say did feloniously, willfully, and deliberately premeditated malice aforethought kill and murder against the peace, government, and dignity of the state. So that would be Pava, right? Pava LaPere. I don't know why it's redacted there, but okay. And then we've got assault first degree, second degree, reckless endangerment, dangerous weapon. So many charges, oh my goodness. Rowena Rains, my deepest condolences to the families. What voids in their life now. Thank you for your grace and compassion, G. You're the best. Thank you so much, Rowena. Shame. Seeing her dad. I'm going to show you a little clip from the vigil when her dad talks. He also shares a little bit about her. It's so sad. Vanilla Cupcake said, gee, this is the most emotional. I've seen you in dozens of videos. Don't forget to take breaks and focus on happy things in life to protect yourself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Vanilla Cupcake. So, I mean, look at these charges just going on and on. Imagine putting all of his charges ever on in one document. My goodness. So here you can see they say, did openly wear or carry a brick. So did he bring the brick along? What is this all about? But okay, did openly wear or carry a brick, a dangerous weapon with intent or purpose of causing injury to in an unlawful manner against the peace, government, and dignity of the state. You can see a whole lot of things filled in here, and let's just go down, and here's the statement. Application for statement of charges. Yes, thank you, Tracy, for reminding everyone that victim shaming is not tolerated in chat. I'm disgusted at the amount of victim shaming and blaming in this case. Like, seriously? What? Okay, thank you, mods. On Monday, September 25th, 2023, at approximately, and they scratched it out there, I think it says 11:34, because that's what we heard before, 11:30ish. Dispatcher telephoned the homicide unit and requested our services for a female on the roof of... And we know it was that former Congress Hotel on Franklin Street, West Franklin Street in Baltimore, suffering from blunt force trauma to the head. I, Detective Saunders, responded to the scene and assumed control of this investigation. On Monday, September 25th, I, Detective Saunders, arrived at the crime scene and met with Officer R. Sanford, who advised that he responded to the location earlier for a missing person report of a female white, so that would be Pava, right? Let's try and follow like this. Officer Sanford later received a call for the missing female, found deceased, later identified as on the roof. Officer R. Sanford was led to the roof by a co-worker reporting person, where he observed the deceased female, identified as in the supine position, half clothed, with apparent trauma to the head, face, and body. So she was lying on her back. To everyone talking about other cases, please, we try to focus on one case at a time and respect the victims at one case at a time. I am going to be talking about what you're talking about in chat all the... I know you guys are excited about that. It's been a long time. We'll be talking about that in the members only stream after the stream. Okay. And so... Wow. Baltimore Fire Department Medic 1 responded and pronounced the victim deceased. At 11:40 hours by paramedic Rodriguez. Officer R. Sanford notified KG to contact the homicide unit of the death. This crime scene consisted of a brick, blood, buttons, pants, 3 teeth, broken hair clip, and a pair of red shoes believed to belong to the victim, located near the victim's body. Crime Lab Tech Somerville Unit 5821 responded and processed the scene for evidence. Office of the Chief Medical Examiner's Office responded and transported the victim's remains for autopsy. On Tuesday, September 26th, 2023, Dr. Menini of the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner's Office conducted the autopsy and ruled her death a homicide by strangulation and blunt force trauma. This is a violent sexual predator, Jason Billingsley, and a repeat offender who should never have been let out. That little law they've got that they cannot be eligible for parole if they commit sexual offenses against those under 16. But then if the victims are above 16, then they could be. And this guy was denied parole twice, and then he earned these credits for good behavior in prison, and then there was a mandatory release. I mean, oh my goodness, that is just terrible. So let me just make it even a little bit bigger for you. How's that? So they say on Monday, September 25th, detectives recovered and reviewed surveillance video from the building where the victim lived and worked, which also happened to be the location of the crime scene. Detectives reviewed video from the lobby and the front door cameras of this building on September 22nd, 2023 at 23:32 hours. The victim can be seen, so at 11:30 at night, right? The victim can be seen entering the building wearing green shoulderless top with a black and white sweater draped over her arms, red pants and red shoes. After entering the building, the victim can be seen getting off the couch in the lobby and walking to the front door to a black male. Front door camera revealed a tall, bald, light-skinned black male wearing black glasses, a grey hooded sweatshirt, black shorts, walking up to the steps of the building and looked through the glass door. The male then waved to the victim inside the lobby to come to the door. So I wonder if they mean like, or if it's like, you know, it's almost probably like this. And remember in the last incident, he was wearing a mask. He's in predator mode, you know. Dippity-doo. Welcome to Grizzly Supporter. So there's that, okay. And then they say the victim opens the lobby door and began to talk to the unknown tall, bald, light-skinned black male who waved her to the door. The victim then let the tall, light-skinned black male on the inside of the building where they can be seen getting on the elevator together. So I still wonder if he said, hey, I'm here to fix something on the roof, or I just need to, can you just let me in? I just need to just attend to something up there. Because I'm going to show you also a little clip from News Nation where they show that staircase. It's well, it's not a staircase. It's a vertical ladder to get onto the roof. So somehow, I think he must have somehow lured her onto the roof. Or said, can you just, okay, you go first. Can you open the door? Or I just need to, you know, look at something up there. I'm just speculating. Because we don't know exactly if she knew him or not or what happened, but sure, she must have climbed up there herself from what I'm seeing, just how the building is. But you never know. You never know. He's a very tall, very strong guy. 6'5", 310 pounds. So, anyway, let's continue on here where they say, on Friday, September 22nd at 23:08 hours, the tall, bald, light-skinned black male suspect can be seen leaving 23:08. Well, then they got their times. The times are not matching up here, but okay. The tall, bald, light-skinned black male suspect can be seen leaving the stairwell into the lobby with his grey hooded sweatshirt in his hand, scrambling for an exit. The black male located the front door and could see him wiping his right hand on his shorts before exiting the building to Franklin Street, headed towards Howard Street. I read elsewhere that it was, yeah, so they botched the times a little bit here, right? So went to 22nd, 23:32. This is 23:08. It's probably more like 00:08 on the 23rd, because they said he was there for about half an hour or so. Okay. So, we're almost done with this document. Let's just move it up a little bit. On Tuesday, September 26th, 2023, with the help of departmental databases and resources, detectives were able to identify the tall, light-skinned black male as Jason Billingsley. Date of birth 7/30/91 from his physical description. Detectives also located a witness who was able to identify Jason Billingsley from surveillance video. I hope that they get the reward then. This witness will be identified at a later date and will be presented at court. Oh man, they must be so scared. I hope the police have totally got their back. We got their back. I'm glad that they were able to do that. Annette, welcome to Grizzly Supporter. Yes, Lupo Nina said she was a kind person and he took advantage of this. This is how predators work. Very well said, yes. As women, we must always be aware of everything going on around us, as it's still not safe in 2023. This case hits hard. It really does. Because she was a very kind person. Everybody that ever knew her described as having a huge heart, being really kind and not naive. Kind. You know? Intelligent, kind. Oh, man. And he must have, also remember, if he's a predator on a mission, he's going to look pretty convincing. If he's there in, like, let's speculate, like a maintenance outfit, and he's got a mask on, maybe he's got a bag or something with a brick in it, apparently, what? Or carrying a brick with it, I don't know. But, like, maybe he's got something, he's like, oh, I just need to just quickly go up there. Hey, can you just quickly let me in? And then he went back there on Sunday, according to a source in the building, according to News Nation. So take it with a grain or a pinch of salt or a knippy soot, as we say. But isn't that weird that he tried to go back to the same building? So I don't know if he thought, well, that's easy, let me do it again, or if he wanted to return to the scene or what he was doing. Not sure about that. Teresa said, could he be the perpetrator in the Rachel Morin case? I know they said there was a DNA match with another, but this guy, no. Because then, right, the other guy looks completely different, Hispanic. I don't know. That seems very unlikely. I think the scary thing to process is that there's so many criminals out there, you know. So I know that the MO seems similar, but there's many like that, unfortunately, right? Okay, so we've gone through the document there. Now let me show you this quickly, which would be, I'm going to talk about the other case as well. Oh, sorry, look at this clip quickly. I've got resized things for you. All right. So I'll link all of my sources and things in the description box afterwards. Let's play the sound for you here, and here we go. Listen to this.
This neighbor of Pava LaPere living in this building. She talked with our producer, Chelsea Jones, and she really just took us through what happened, as you alluded to, when Billingsley allegedly showed back up here on Sunday night. Walk with me for a little bit. So essentially what she says is that she was coming in on Sunday. She was going to type in the code on the keypad here. This is a secured building. This door won't open without the right code or someone letting you in. And she got this vibe because this guy was behind her, and she said it didn't feel right, so she kind of stalled, and she would not let him in. This is something that we've tried to verify with Baltimore police tonight, and they tell us that they won't comment on what any witnesses have said, but they are working to really firm up this timeline, every moment really, that led up to Pava LaPere's murder, and that would have been.
So I know that was at 1.25 speed. If you want to slow it down, just use your little setting switch, and then you can just slow it down for yourself there. And I will put the link to this specific video in the description box as well once I've done the timestamps. Laura, thank you so much. You say thank you, G, for being you. Also, welcome to any of Pava's family and friends. I believe some of Pava's friends are in chat. We got your back. We do not do victim blaming over here at Grizzly True Crime. The mods are handling it if anyone is doing that. I hope this is a safe space for you. So, okay, so they said that they believe there's a woman in the building that believes that that same guy came back on Sunday. Isn't that strange? And tried again to get in the building, and that lady was like, oh, hell no, I'm not letting you in. So we've got that. I just quickly want to show you, where's the picture that they've got there? Yeah, they're showing the rooftop here. Look here, I'll show you like this. Wait, I just want to show you the footage quickly.
Building, it's an old building that has been renovated. It's very nice inside. The lobby is nice. The units look nice. We were looking at some of the pictures of those. But it seems like this roof, it's not an amenity. It's not advertised on the website of the people that run this building. It's not a place that really people are meant to go, per se. And so the area leading up to it.
Okay, so you can see the door there as well. I do think that Pava really liked taking, I heard it at the vigil as well, that sometimes she'd like to take pictures from, you know, elevated places, like on the rooftop. Of course, this was later at night. But you see, with the case, in any case, we've got to look at what is the predator doing? What the hell did he do? I don't know why people even think why their wiring is like that to victim blame. We don't do that over here at all. Lola J, there you are. You said to Kathleen, you are so kind. Thank you. Pava was deeply loved by her friends and colleagues. I feel the worst for her family, especially her poor dad. Me too. I'm going to show a clip of him speaking at Pava's vigil. Absolutely heartbreaking. So this is the roof of the building where Pava was found on Monday.
As you can see, some of those exclusive pictures and video is not really well taken care of or manicured because it's not meant really for people to be coming through there. We did get a sense from this neighbor that it may have been a place that Pava spent some time going to the roof. And so, it's clearly accessible and unlocked. But
there you go. I wanted to show you this picture. It's a very steep ladder, right? To get up there. Sure. So scary. So I'm going to link this for you if you do want to check that out. Now, let's see what else I've got for you here. Now I still want to go over what happened to the other victims on the 19th. But first, I'd like to show you a little clip from this. Well, it's a few minutes actually. I'm going to show you Pava's dad talking, speaking at Pava's vigil. So let me boost it for us so that you can hear really nicely as well. There we go. Shame. Here we go. And before we start, I'm going to link this entire vigil for you. It's an hour and 14 minutes long, so you could check it out. I would highly recommend it. I think it'll be a bit long to watch it all now, and a lot to process, right? So watch it in your own time, at your own pace. But let's hear Pava's dad speak.
Hi. My name's Frank LaPere. Our son Nico and my wife Caroline. We're Pava's family. I'm going to do my best to get through this. And we're just going to talk about Pava Marie. That's who we knew. We're going to talk about the little girl and the young lady that he might not have gotten to know. A couple of comments were made earlier today which are really poignant and bring up thoughts that I wanted to share. I've just got some buzzwords here that I'm just going to ramble about.
Sorry to interrupt. I can only hear it in my left ear. So if you have no sound, make sure you just switch your earbud or AirPod, whatever you got there, to your other ear then. Okay, I can hear it in my left ear.
Stubborn and sly. Sneaking out in the middle of the night to ride a bicycle 10 miles across Tucson, Arizona, and sneaking back in before we woke up. Tucson's not a small city. But she was that way. She's always been a leader, always been driven and creative, always intended to be a high achiever. Even didn't mention it or say it or anything, but you could just tell that she knew what she wanted to accomplish, and there was nothing that would get in her way of accomplishing that. Pava used to take piano lessons, and she would practice ferociously. Many people have mentioned how she would really beat herself up for making a slight mistake. Well, I was a musician, and unfortunately I would comment every time she missed a note. And so she stopped playing for me. She would play for Nico, and she'd play for Caroline. But it wasn't until my birthday a few years ago she was here, and she sent me a video playing her piano, and I will save that forever. Hold on. She got pretty good at it. She was the definition of daddy's little girl. She had me wrapped and still does. She turned from being daddy's little girl into being a girl boss. And she treated me the same way. She was relentless in her goals of accomplishing things. She loved cats. We tried to convince her to take her very, very loud cat with her from Tucson to Baltimore, but she said that wouldn't be fair to the cat. She was really never good at naming her pets. She had a brown rabbit called Fudge, and she had a orange tabby with 2 targets on its side that she calls Bullseye, and he's making noise at our house in Tucson right now. She's got a black cat named Bean, and she had a white cat called Snowflake. So while she was not overly creative in naming her pet, she saved her creativity for what she and her wonderful group at Eco Maps is doing for this world. She got her first job when she was 15 years old, and they hired her on the spot and then had to tell her, well, you're only 15 and I don't know if you can serve in a restaurant. So she did work there and still has some friends from there. Workaholic. I will take credit for that. I've owned my own businesses my whole life and Pava's whole life. Nothing to the scope of what our daughter created. But when she was sending you guys pictures of those beautiful Baltimore sunrises, because she got into work early, she, of course, knew but didn't care about the fact that she shared with me, which is at 3 o'clock in the morning in Tucson. But I happened to be up early, just like her. And so we would talk early before anyone else was up and about. They were beautiful sunrises, and I would send her a picture of the Tucson sunrise in return. Pava is from Polish, Croatian, and Italian roots. The talking with her hands part, that comes from Sicily. She liked the number 1111, and 1111 has always been a special number in our family. And we would text her at 1111 wherever we were, and she would text us. And it was just a special little connection that we always wanted to enjoy with her. She got in just enough trouble at school, but was definitely considered a ringleader. Didn't get into too much trouble, although we did get a call from the sheriff in the middle of the night once. She caught me smoking once, or suspected, and we were at a home that we had in Rhode Island, which is where our second business was. And I got up early in the morning and got a cup of coffee, and I had to run outside and smoke a cigarette. And she got up right after me and waited for me to go outside and chased me around the house as I ran in the back door, and she read me the riot act. She wanted me to stop, and she made me stop. And she's determined to accomplish what she sets her mind out to accomplish. And we love that about her. She came to Johns Hopkins to become a doctor and then realized she didn't like blood. So she, I guess, made the best of it. We are very proud of what she did at Hopkins and the student entrepreneurship program. I graduated from the University of Arizona's student entrepreneurship program a long time ago, and I'm so happy that she and her group created what they did at Hopkins. I used to own a printing company in Austin, Texas, before we moved to Rhode Island. And when things would go bad, I would say the F word. And I'd say the F word around the house, I guess, too much. And I think I looked over at you, And I looked back and I said, I think Pava just said F-U-G-I-T. One word, fuck it.
She said it a lot.
And if you know her, it's one of her words. I'll take credit for that one too. As I've mentioned, Pava's energy. I strongly believe in what I call the energy of the universe. And I believe the energy in me and in all of you and in Pava goes to a source of energy that will join us again when we meet with her in the future. So I want to thank you all for being here and for loving our daughter and taking care of her. We're going to take her away from Baltimore, but her presence will never leave here. And thank you very, very much for loving our girl. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm going to link this entire vigil for you so that you can watch how everyone spoke so highly about Pava. What a terrible loss. And again, victim blaming will not be tolerated here. You can go do that somewhere else. We don't do that here at Grizzly True Crime. It's absolutely disgusting. So thank you, mods. I know you guys are working hard. Especially in this case. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now let me just see if there's anything else that I want to show you from Pava's case, because I do want to also just go over what happened to the other victims on September 19th. So just give me a second. Okay, yeah, that's what I've got. So what I'm going to do now is, in case anyone missed it at the beginning, I've created a tribute for Pava, and I'm going to be playing that now. So hold on one second. Okay. I see that people have some questions where her dad said that she got her first job at 50, not child, job. Okay, go watch it again. So now what I want to show you is I'm going to, let me just rather put up the article and see, I've got pictures for you as well. Hold on one second. From this is the same offender that attacked a family on September 19th. And he attacked Pava on September 22nd. So, again, I say, what was he up to since he was let out? Thank you so much, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to be sharing Pava's tribute on Facebook and on Twitter as well, if you do want to repost it or share it too. So now let's look at this. They said exclusive. Jason Billingsley's arson victim Jonte Gilmore tells how he was forced to watch his partner, right, being essayed. So we're going to go through this. So again, trigger warning. We need our trigger bunny for this. You know, there it is. It's really, this guy is an absolute monster, this Jason Billingsley. So I put it here in what is called reader mode, so we don't have all the ads and everything all over the place, and I will show you the pictures that are horrifying, but that are from this article afterwards, okay? So, they say a man who survived being burnt alive by murder suspect Jason Billingsley has revealed his sickening injuries and told for the first time how he was forced to watch his girlfriend being repeatedly essayed and tortured. S.O. I'm saying that for YouTube, you guys. You know, no one wants to talk like that. YouTube is all PG-13, and if you don't do that, then there's consequences. They suppress the reach and everything. So that's why I'm saying it like that. For anyone who's new here, okay? So S.O., you can read on the screen what I'm saying there. This is S.O., right? Billingsley, 32, was arrested late last night, so that was on Wednesday, for 2 shocking attacks that culminated in the brutal murder of a budding tech CEO Pava LaPere on Monday at her upscale Baltimore apartment. The powerfully built S.O. was able to bludgeon 26-year-old Pava to death despite being the prime suspect in a violent home invasion and arson attack that took place 1 week earlier. Thank you, Daniel. With the 300-pound suspect finally under lock and key, surviving victim Jonte Gilmore has described the moment that he was pistol whipped and handcuffed before Billingsley slashed, choked, and essayed his partner. I can't imagine the trauma they've just been through, this family, and they survived. Wow. I want to quickly get the pictures for you. Hold on 1 second. Just beautiful Pava, so that I could put it here for you. I mean, I just want to show you this again. Here's Jason Billingsley with that gray hoodie and the glasses. Yes, that's him. So let me just show you this. There, I want to show you this picture of the apartment, the arson attack that he did as well. Ladybug said that was devastating to watch, so sad. Bless her father for having the strength to speak. Rest in peace, beautiful soul. Condolences to all the family. Yes, and here, we'll never forget Pava. I know many of us, probably all of us, except a few, we've never met her, but she touched our hearts. And we are here for family and friends. Deborah said, thank you, G. Appreciate all your hard work. Oh, thank you so much. So, surviving victim Jonte Gilmore, 26, has described the moment that he was pistol whipped and handcuffed before Billingsley did all that to his partner. Jonte Gilmore, 26, spoke to Daily Mail from his hospital bed in a Baltimore burns unit after he and his girlfriend were bound and tortured in a gruesome arson attack by murder suspect Jason Billingsley. Gilmore was taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery Tuesday to graft skin from his right thigh to his arms. Now I'm going to show you those pictures, okay? Be warned. They're horrible. It looks incredibly painful. My goodness. Sure. So this is Jonte Gilmore. Jonte, if you're watching, we got your back too. We got your back. I hope you make a good recovery. And I'm so sorry for what happened to you. This is unbelievable. Gilmore was taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery to graft skin from his right thigh to his arms, as you can see. He described the moment that he was pistol whipped and handcuffed before. So the guy even had handcuffs. Jason brought handcuffs, okay, before Billingsley allegedly slashed, choked, and essayed his partner. He told DailyMail.com that he's furious with authorities for failing to track down Billingsley, revealing for the first time how the brazen monster stole his phone and used it to text his mother and a friend asking for money. So Jason, the guy who was just arrested in this manhunt, stole Jonte's phone and then had the audacity, beyond everything he did in just that 1 week, to also reach out and text his mother and a friend and say, hey, do you have $50 for me? Got some money for me? Pretending to be him, right? Jammy Billy said, the question is, did he suddenly flip and attack 3 people? And why did he do that, or has he been doing this regularly since getting out? Yes, that's the question. And if he's done it regularly, or if he's killed anyone else, well, I mean, he's on his way to being a serial killer. So they said he told Daily Mail that he's furious, right? We saw that, okay? The cops messed up. They said they were tracking him through my phone, but they didn't do their jobs, Jonte told DailyMail.com from his hospital bed in a Baltimore burns unit. Fighting tears, he added, when I saw what happened to the young lady Pava, I was devastated. I saw pictures of her face and it made me cry. Just going to move the picture along quickly a little bit. Okay, so this is still pictures of Jonte and the building where him and his partner and their 5-year-old were attacked. So, right, they say Jason Billingsley, 32, who was released from prison almost a year ago, was arrested on Wednesday for first-degree murder, among other charges. After what he did to us, the police should have warned everyone this guy was out there and he was dangerous. Police have confirmed that Billingsley, who had prior convictions for attempted essay and assault, was freed 7 years into a 30-year prison sentence, worked as a handyman at the townhouse where Jonte was attacked. Jonte had been dating the female resident and was asleep in her bed when Billingsley started hammering on the door of her basement flat on the morning of September 19th. The morning of September 19th, calling out, "Maintenance, there's been a flood in the kitchen." When the 26-year-old opened up, Billingsley grabbed her by the hair, pistol whipped her, and bundled her into a bathroom where he demanded money and handcuffed her. Jonte awoke to find a gun pressed to his head by the intruder, who wore a black ski mask and was equipped with a sinister SA kit, comprising of gloves, handcuffs, duct tape, and a pocket knife. He put the gun to my temple and said, "If you keep moving or try anything stupid, I'm going to essay your girlfriend. She's upstairs, and I'm going to kill you." So I let him put on the handcuffs, said Jonte. He started to put duct tape around my head, my eyes, my mouth, my ankles, and then laid me on the floor and went upstairs and got my girlfriend. Gilmore, who had been sleeping with his partner at her townhouse at the time of the attack, said the two were doused in a clear, colorless liquid before Billingsley set the room ablaze. DailyMail.com previously revealed that detectives are probing links between Pava LaPere's slaying and an unsolved arson attack, an essay on a young couple. Images obtained exclusively show the blackened shell where the horrifying essay and arson unfolded, which I also showed you here. I just want to see what other picture I have. I think that's it there. So it's this one. My word. It continues. They say he forced himself on her, essayed her, tortured her, kept taunting her, saying things like, "Is this the sort of man you deal with? He don't even have no protection." Right. So, yeah, that guy, major victim blamer. You want to be in his camp? No, don't victim blame. How about that? Texas Extreme, welcome to Grizzly supporter. So, now listen to this. It's all very hectic. When she said that she had to use the bathroom, he made her come over to me and stoop down and pee on me. Yeah, this guy is next level. Jonte says Billingsley forced the female to drink from a bottle of Bacardi he found beside the bed. He stole MJ from Jonte's pocket, smoked it, drank the rum. To drown out the victim's sobs, he switched on the TV and played loud music. When he briefly left the room, Jonte's girlfriend asked him, "Do you think we're going to die?" She found a pair of scissors from a drawer and started to cut the duct tape away from his face before Billingsley walked back into the room, enraged. He came in and put the gun to my head and told my girlfriend, "Didn't I tell you I do not have anything to lose?" Wow. I said, "No, you do not have to kill me. I did not see your face. You do not have to shoot me or kill me." Jonte was bundled into a closet, but through a small gap in the tape he was able to watch with one eye as Billingsley continued to essay his partner. He pulled out his knife and began to carve deep cuts into her leg and ankles. Baltimore police say suspect Jason Billingsley will kill and essay. Oh my goodness. Billingsley is the prime suspect in the brutal murder of Baltimore tech CEO Pava LaPere, who was found on the roof of her apartment on Monday. She was killed by blunt force trauma inside her luxury Mount Vernon, Baltimore apartment, and her body was found by police on Monday. Well, that's how they're wording it. We don't know if she was killed on the rooftop. That's most likely the most plausible scenario, or in her apartment, then taken there. We don't know. Sure. This is very hectic. I'm trying to do this as kindly as possible. You know, this is terrible. Some of the things, the way it's worded as well. So her body was found on the roof of a luxury apartment building. He put on gloves and choked her. But when he couldn't finish her off, he slashed her throat twice. What are they saying there now? Oh, this is about the other case. So, damn, they're like mixing this in with that. Just to be clear, this is in the arson one. He put on gloves in the case with the couple, right? He put on gloves and choked her, but when he couldn't finish her off, he slashed her throat twice. She was laying there on her stomach, faking like she was dead, which is an incredible survival instinct. You know, that probably saved their lives, right? She faked that she was dead, but all the time she was really fighting to keep conscious and stay alive. What a strong woman, oh my word. He grabbed her body and lifted it up and let it fall to the ground. She didn't move, she just fell. He must have thought at that point that she was dead. So did I. Oh man, this is just so traumatic. Jonte said Billingsley started to douse them both in a clear, colorless liquid. He noticed it smelt of gas and realized his tormentor was about to set the room ablaze. Billingsley fled the room as it started to fill with heat and smoke. I said, "Babe, listen, I'm in the closet. Find an area that's not burning in the house. Do a drop and roll." Her hair was on fire, but she managed to smack the flames out. I said, "Listen, I need you to get out of the house and go and find help, please." She said, "No, I'm not leaving you." I got angry with her, but she kept repeating the same thing. "I'm not leaving you behind." Eventually, the girl managed to force open a window and scream for help. The woman, I'm assuming. Jonte burst out of the closet after several attempts, managed to bunny hop to safety, clambering into the street in just his underwear, his hands still cuffed behind his back. He was covered in burns, but had to wait for the police to arrive to release him from the handcuffs. Baltimore police admit they were tracking the SO, and then lost him. Billingsley had a criminal record dating back to 2009, was sentenced to 30 years, but released only after 9 years. He wanted answers from his girlfriend about the man who came so close to burning them alive. She came to me and put her forehead on top of mine, and then I asked her, "How did he get in the house?" said Jonte. She said, "He let himself in the house. He's the maintenance man. He has a key." And we wept, crying and crying, because the burns were hurting my chest and arms and stomach. Jonte was taken to hospital, where he underwent surgery Tuesday to graft skin from his right thigh to his arms. He hoped he had provided a crucial lead to help police catch their man. The arsonist had stolen Jonte's phone and sent a text to his mother, Latrice Johnson, asking for $50. He also contacted another friend through TikTok to make a similar request, but the recipient thought it was suspicious and refused. Acting Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley told reporters Thursday that detectives did everything they could to track down Billingsley. He evaded capture long enough to allegedly murder young entrepreneur Pava, a rising star in tech who made the prestigious Forbes 30 Under 30 list. When her name is mentioned to Jonte, his voice trembles and he begins to cry. She did not deserve that, he told Daily Mail. Who would do something like that to her? None of these victims deserved what happened to them. Absolutely terrible. So, those are all the updates that I have for you today. What I can show you one more time is just the map here, just so that you can see again. Jason Billingsley, apparently lived on this North Howard Street that we saw from the documents, right? And so, wow, to Pava's house, it was really not far. It was, the first bit is like 0.9 of a mile. Less than a mile, sure. From Pava's place, I'll show you like this. So if he lived here, Pava's place was here. And the first attack was here on September 19th on this Edmondson Avenue. Everything within a 20-minute drive or so. My goodness. So that is what I have for you today. That was a lot, right? Thank you so much for being here with me so that we can discuss this together. We will now be having a members-only stream where we could get a little snarky. We could talk about the news in Tupac Shakur's case, which, wow, after 27 years. Whoa. A lot of cases getting solved these days, which is actually really great. Of course, it shows you know, technology is improving and they're able to, either through DNA or whatever it is, find all these perps. Ruthless says, we are true crime, and this is shocking us. I know, right? So let me just check the time now. Yeah, so I've set it's now 10 o'clock my time in the Netherlands, which is Europe, otherwise known as Holland, that you might know it as. So I've set the member stream for, I think it was 10:30. So it should be within half an hour from now. I'm going to publish it now for you. So members, you should get a notification now. Otherwise, let me put it here. Member stream here. Here we go. Okay. And so I will see you there. If you should get the notification even if you join now. Oh my word. How do I say that? Is it like oof da? Thank you so much. Welcome to Grizzly supporter. Beth said, thank you, Grizzly. We need to snark bad after all this. Yeah, we need to look at a couple of cases. Trezell and Jacqueline West getting sentenced. Gareth Pursehouse. Snark about that guy. Gareth Pursehouse guilty. His sentencing will be December 6th. Okay, so the verdict was in. If you missed my YouTube short or my community tab, please do check those out, okay? Don't miss out on those because sometimes I update you guys there. So, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, mods, for working so hard. I know sometimes these chats, new people roll in and they don't know how we work around here. Not like that. So thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you so much to all my patrons, members, all the new subscribers, all the original Grizzlies, everyone. I really appreciate you so much. And to Pava's family, I'm so sorry for your loss. This is so terrible. And we will never forget her. So thank you so much that we could share her story here and the vigil. And I will be linking all of that for you. So yeah, we'll start the member stream in about half an hour because I just want to do some timestamps and get everything ready for you guys, and then I will see you there. Okay, stay safe, everyone, and I hope you have a good weekend. Look after yourself. Bye.